Q Gaskins. I'm a full-time artist, but I also I'm a teacher at an elementary middle school. My art practice, I work mainly in clay, fabric, and paper. I like to consider myself conceptual artist, multidisciplinary, working in different mediums. My studio is currently in my home. I wish it was outside of my home, but it's currently in my house, which is awesome. I do have a website. Um, I haven't sold anything in a long time, but I have in the past. I do have social media. It's private right now. I post a lot of my activities that for my job, but I was extremely intrigued. I was trying to find a project for my AP students um, that was that they could really just dive deep in and make a connection with it and work on something that's a canvas that's kind of unconventional. And I was just looking through on Indeed, I mean, not Indeed, LinkedIn, and I just saw it and I had to connect. Mhm. Yes. I have PTSS and GAD. I've been living with GAD for, ooh, since I was maybe 8 or 9. I had my first anxiety attack sitting at my grandmother's table, but um, don't really still know like how it started. But it's just something that I've learned to live with and learned to manage through different strategies. And art being one of those strategies helps me get through. I would definitely, at this age, at my age now, I'm not old, but I would definitely go to my husband and my therapist. I do have a therapist that I speak to um, every other week. It really helps me get through things. And then also just, um, meditating. Well, because for me, my identity is really the core of, I think, a lot of my anxiety, not having um, a clear view or an idea of where my people come from. And I think it has played a major factor um, in growing up in this area in Baltimore and in Maryland in general, and then having to deal with social situations, society situations against Black people, and being Black in America is very difficult. Right. So a little bit about my chair. It explores my roots and heritage, and how my identity plays a factor on my mental health. My chair pretty much starts from the roots, the different, like through my DNA, I was able to discover where my people are from on the continent, and even in Europe as well. What's still missing is the connection here in the United States, where my people, the culture. I know that growing up, we have a mixture of cultures. Like my grandmother kind of adapted different things, and having family from New Orleans and Virginia and the Carolinas, which are like places where a lot of African Americans, their heritage starts or begins, especially with the slave trade. Um, I don't know what else to say. I'm really excited. I, I mean, whew, I was really honored to be invited to participate because originally I was more so geared to connect with this project for my students and not so much for myself. But as they started working through it, I started to realize, like, I want to be a part of this. I want to have my own investigation about, this topic that's going on in my life. And when Sandra shared the topic with me, I was just like, oh, okay, yes, I've been dealing with this practically my entire life. So really excited about it.